Hi, I'm Rob, and this is The Factory. This is the Juki sewing machine tutorial for patrons. When approaching the sewing machine, the first thing you're going to want to do is turn it on. When using a sewing machine, it's good to know a little bit about how it works. So the first step to using the sewing machine is to thread the machine. First, I'm going to place the thread on the thread spool holder. To thread the machine, you just follow the diagram that's on the machine, starting with number 1. Around number 2, down and around number 3, back up to number 4, down to number 5, and using the automatic needle threader, I will thread the needle. Now to insert the bobbin. Before inserting the bobbin, make sure that the thread is falling on the left side of the bobbin. Now you just drop the bobbin into the bobbin holder and fit the thread into the groove. Now place the clear cover directly back over the bobbin. Voila! When choosing your stitch, you're going to use these buttons and this button, which is the mode. So to change modes, we press this button. There's 3 modes: the stitch mode, the special characters mode, and the embroidery mode. So in stitch mode, let's say that our diagram shows our straight stitch as 0, 7. So we'll change this to 0 by using the tens place, and then change this one up to 7. So now this is 0, 7, which is the stitch that we want to use. So let's put this at 0, 3, which is a zigzag stitch, and take a look at these buttons. So this is how you change the length and width of your stitch. So to change the width of your stitch, you either push these buttons up or down. So this is to make the width smaller, and up to make the width larger. To change the length of your stitch, do the same thing over here. So you can go all the way up to 5.0 or all the way down to 0.2. So this is a very short stitch. This is a very long stitch. And the same thing applies for when you are in the special characters mode. We might want to change all the way up to number 39. So I'll first go to 30 and then go to 9. Okay? And again, we have width goes from 7 to 3, and length goes from 0.2 to 1.5. Same thing goes for when you're in embroidery mode. Change the number to correlate with the correct stitch or character in this place. And change the width and the length. Now, when in embroidery mode, we can use the memory and clear function on our machine. So if you choose to stitch character number 15, you can make a word. Okay, so this is an example of how you would make a word. So I'll start with my name. So I'll start with an R, which is 17. Memory. And then O, which is 14. Memory. And then B, which is 01. Memory. So now, if I start the stitch, it will remember those 3 letters in sequence. Now if you make a mistake and I accidentally choose a Y, which is number 24, press memory, and then I realize that that was wrong, I can go back by pressing clear. So now I'm back to 01, which is B. I can press clear again. So now I'm back to O, which is 14. Press clear again. Now I'm back to R, which is 17. And just press clear to get rid of everything. This button raises and lowers the needle. It's not really necessary. This button is a setting that will cut the thread as soon as you're done sewing without pressing the cut button. Okay, so to demonstrate the buttons on the machine, I'm going to use a piece of scrap fabric while sewing. So, first thing you'll notice is when I lower the presser foot, this button turns green. That means that the machine is ready to start sewing. So I can simply remove the foot pedal by unplugging it and then press this button to begin forming a stitch. So with the assistance of that button, I don't even need to push down the foot pedal to begin stitching. While I'm doing that, I might want to start off slow, but as I become more comfortable, maybe I want to raise the speed by using this slider. When I get to the end of the stitch, I'm going to press this button again. To backstitch, I'm going to hold down the backstitch button. Finish my backstitch, and to cut the thread and raise the needle, I'm going to press the cut button. Notice how it raises the needle for me, so all I have to do is lift the presser foot and remove the fabric. It also cut the thread for me. Pretty convenient. Okay, so sometimes when a patron is sewing, something happens that causes the needle to break, like this one. This needle is broken, so we're going to have to replace it with this not broken needle. First thing to do is to come over here and unscrew this little black screw that's holding the needle in place. You can pull it right out, and you can notice that there is a flat part of the needle and a round part of the needle. When replacing the needle, we want to have the flat part of the needle facing away from you. So you face the flat part away from you, fit it up in the little slot, push it all the way up, and screw in this black screw just tight enough but not too tight. Now to test it and make sure that it won't break again, just use the hand wheel, turn it towards you, and lower the needle. Now we can see that the needle has been replaced correctly and it will not break again. And that's the tutorial for the Juki sewing machine. To set up a consultation, please visit our website at library.unt/factory.